Well, good morning to my Facebook, my TikTok, YouTube, Instagram family. How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning. My name is Rachel, but I go by Better Love on this app. Rachel Bella Banks on Facebook. Rachel Banks, Caregivers Corner Connection on YouTube, and Better Love on Instagram. I hope everybody had a great day, and I'm what you consider a generational caregiver. I'm running late today because I have to drop something off this morning for Kevin. It is now 8:07. You guys know I got to be at work at 7:30, but you guys know that I took care of my mom for 15 years in my home, and she had Alzheimer's, congestive heart failure, and Parkinson's. But before she passed away in 2022 and 2021, I had to get Kevin. Everybody knows Kevin, the honey bun king. And my son suffers from early onset Alzheimer's. It's a real thing. Traumatic brain injury and schizophrenia affective disorder. And you guys know I talk a lot about Alzheimer's and things like that, but I want to reintroduce you guys to what schizophrenia is. And that's something that Kevin hallucinates and deals with. My son's schizophrenia is self-harm. He has tried suicide by cop in our home state of New Jersey, and he has suicidal thoughts here. And I've been noticing a lot of people on TikTok coming on my FYP because my search bar goes with caregivers, mental health, things of that nature. And there's a young lady who has a mom, and I did inbox her, who has a mother who has schizophrenia. I don't think people really understand how hard schizophrenia is to deal with, and it really is. And everybody who has schizophrenia, their schizophrenia can be different from my mother's. They can be self-harm like Kevin, harmful to others and themselves, or just harmful to other people. Um, it affects everybody differently. You guys know I bring up receipts. Um, so it says schizophrenia is a severe mental disorder involving a breakdown in relationships between thoughts, emotions, and reality, marked by psychosis, hallucinations, delusions, um, disorganized thinking, cognitive issues, and negative symptoms, lack of motivation and emotions. That describes Kevin. It describes Kevin. The defect is a single cause, but a complex interplay of brain development, disruptions, genetics, which is mental health is on both sides. Um, it's a lot. The term schizophrenic affective disorder likely refers to the underlying um, biological development issues leading to these particular symptoms. Core features, excuse me, of schizophrenia, the disorder: delusions, hallucination, disorganized thinking and speech, disorganized behavior, negative symptoms, cognitive impairment. Now that's the psychosis symptoms. I'm sorry. Lord have mercy. I lost my way. Okay, there we go. So that is basically what Kevin deals with. It's it's not easy with my son because my son, when his schizophrenia hit, it's all about delusions. It's all about what his reality is. Like you can, my son is 39. He will be 40 March 1st. Kevin thinks he's 34. You guys know I've said that online with him next to me, and I would have to pull out my calculator. Kevin, what year were you born? I was born 1986. Okay, so if I subtract 1986 to 2026, what is that? He doesn't remember the age of his children. He thinks his daughter is 11, his son is 10. No, 2. He doesn't remember how long he's been with me. I've been here 3 months. You've been here since 2021. And then his outbursts. His outbursts to someone who is not familiar with him, they'll think he's a danger, but he's not. That's what I deal with. I have videos of Kevin having a manic breakdown. As a mother, it is hard for me to see my son deal with so much like the early onset Alzheimer's. The traumatic brain injury also creates hallucinations. And because of the traumatic brain injury and the spinal injury, Kevin walks like a toddler. So this is why I made sure that my local police department knows everything about him. One, it's because you see how Kevin walks. You can look at my videos. He walks like a toddler with his fists balled up and his head shakes uncontrollably like this. Like he's saying no. So let's just say the police encounters Kevin, because someone might say, there's a large African American man walking down the street and he looks dangerous. And the police comes and they say, hey, get on the ground. It looks like my son is saying no, but he's not. So this is why it was very important for me to have that relationship with my local police department. Kevin is on our neighborhood app. All the stores around here knows who Kevin is. If you need me to repost that video of me going around, because someone didn't believe me. But there is a video of me showing people what I do when I get off, because unfortunately, there is no day support for my son. And this is why I'm working extremely hard to open up a mental health day support center for people like my son. There's no place for my son to go during the day. So for him to be in a house with his own thoughts, because I have to work, or we will be homeless. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. So I have to work. Everything that I make from my consulting agency goes into an account, because I do own a consulting agency to help families. www.caregiverscornerconnections.com. Check it out. You can see the link in my bio. I've helped countless families. I just got a text this morning from a new client to help them with some things. This is not easy, and it weighs on me. So when I tell people I'm looking for a permanent place for my son, that does not mean that I'm getting rid of my child. I'm not. His disorders are progressing, and there's only but so much I can do, and that's to keep him safe. So mental health issues is a real thing in the Black community, and enough people don't talk about it. We do not talk about where are the resources for people like my son. Where are the fundings? You know, I've spoken before. There are 3 support centers, and only one can accommodate Kevin, but it doesn't accommodate me. They're open from 9 until 3. And they're about an hour away. And Kevin does not have the capacity for me to say, all right, Kevin, get dressed, da-da-da-da-da. They're going to come pick him up. They don't have transportation, which means I will have to use Medicaid transportation. And everybody I know for a fact, I used to work for Logistic Care, if you're familiar with Logistic Care. Their on time is not on time. I thank God that I work 10 minutes away. I spent tons of money putting cameras up in my house. But it's heart-wrenching because the United States of America doesn't do anything, and I'm saying this straight up, for African Americans when it comes down to us medically or legally. So it is now 8:14. I'm going to head out of here so I can get to work, do what I have to do, and then head to work. I want you guys to have an amazing day. And for all my caregivers who are dealing with someone with, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it is DMDD, whether it's autism, and I know autism, there are 3 levels. 3 is the highest. I did put a post up from a young lady the other day who talked about autism. It's going to be okay. Breathe. It's not your fault, because as a mother, I blame myself for my son's disorder. Anyway, if you like, check out the link in my bio. That is my consulting agency. I'm very proud of it. You'll see a picture of me and Kevin and me and my mom. 20 years doing this is enough. I've been doing this 20 years. 15 years with my mom, 5 years with my son, with no breaks in between. So, have a great day, everybody. And if no one told my caregivers, you're doing an amazing fucking job. I'm proud of you.